People ask me what my favorite daily driver is. You're looking at it, 1999 Ford Crown Vic police package. Only got 111,000 miles on it after all these years. Runs like a top. Can't beat it. I love this car. As far as reliability and durability goes, a lot of the taxi cab companies in this town use Crown Vics, and they're running 200 and 350,000 miles and still running strong. Try that with your new cars today. Not going to happen. Unfortunately, my baby's going away soon. Bye-bye. I'll miss you. As much as I like the Crown Vic, there's one vehicle I like better. In fact, I like it more than any other car I've driven. We're going to roll it out of our secret garage right now. And that is the BMW 3 Series. Year after year, many of the top car publications have rated this one of the 10 best cars in the world, and done so for a reason. This video is not about this particular car, it's about the BMW 3 Series in general, running from the 2014, 15, and 16 model years. Some changes in between them, yes, but nothing major. We're going to cover all the good points of the 3 Series, some of the bad points, and some of the ugly points. By covering all the ugly points, it means some of the BMW lovers will be sending me some hate mail. Oh well. And before this video is over, I'll be telling you how this car can end up stranding you on the road for days and days at a time if you do not take my advice. Got your attention, right? Then you better watch the whole video. So some of the good features of the 3 Series: we get an excellent suspension, strong 4-wheel disc brakes, quick steering. Unfortunately, it's now electric instead of hydraulic, so it no longer has any feel, but I can live with it. The base engine in the 3 Series used to be an inline 6-cylinder, putting out 230 horsepower, getting 18 to 26 mpg in the real world, doing 0 to 60 in about 6.5 seconds, or 6 seconds if you want to read the magazines that lie a bit. When it was replaced with the small 2-liter turbo, the purists howled, screamed, and cursed, but actually they're wrong, because this is a better engine. This twin turbo puts out more power, 240 horsepower to be exact. It's quicker, doing 0 to 60 in around 5.5 to 6 seconds. And the gas mileage has improved quite a bit, from 25 to 33 miles per gallon. Superior in every way, so there's nothing to bitch about. For the past 3 years, there have been other engines listed in the catalog: a detuned 180 horsepower 4-cylinder, pass on that. A 180 horsepower diesel, I've driven that. Great on torque and gas mileage, but hasn't sold too well. A couple of 3-liter 6-cylinder turbos, putting out 300 to 325 horsepower, getting 0 to 60 in around 4.8 seconds. A fantastic engine, but will cost you about 10 to 12 grand more. And last but not least, some M Series turbo engines running around 400 plus horsepower. That's out of my price bracket. Sorry guys, can't show you that one. For ages, the main transmission to get on a BMW 3 Series was the 6-speed manual. It was considered sacrilegious to get an automatic. Sorry guys, this new 8-speed automatic totally outclasses the 6-speed. It's faster, quicker, better fuel economy. I don't miss a 6-speed manual at all. For those who like to shift for themselves, you get paddle shifters on the steering wheel, which is where they belong, by the way, not on the steering column like the Italians do. If they're mounted on the steering wheel, they're always within reach, regardless of the steering wheel position. Unlike steering column type, which you can't reach all the time. The Germans got it right, the Italians got it wrong. It's that simple. On this car, we have the Sport or Eco mode button. This button gives us the Eco mode, the Comfort mode, Sport mode, and Super Sport mode. In which case, the Sport mode's a transmission shifts aggressively, far better than any 6-speed manual. This is our starting mileage, 22,633 minus 40.2. We're going to try to cram 1,500 miles in 5 days, but I don't know if we're going to have time to do that. Guess we'll find out. Looks like it's time to get some gas. Along with that excellent mileage is the requirement of super premium, putting a dent in my wallet. Every time I'm on this road, I like to show off the local frog. It's the water they drink around here. Look at the size of that baby. It looks like we're being invaded by bikers. Harleys suck. Get a real bike. This is the problem with Harley-Davidson motorcycles. The old clunkers can't go within 45 miles per hour, holding up traffic. That is when they're actually running and not broken down. Should have bought a Honda. This is known as Dead Man's Road. A lot of cars go flying over the cliff, never to be found. But that's not going to happen with our little BMW because it stays on the road like it's supposed to. Gotta be careful here, it's a long drop. So you gotta keep your eyes on the road. Like I do. BMWs are meant to be driven and driven hard. If you don't understand that, you shouldn't own a BMW. And certainly shouldn't be driving one. I hinted at the beginning of this video we were going to shoot for 1,600 miles in 5 days. I'm running out of time, so I think we're going to have to settle for 1,346 miles in 3.5 days. Actually, we will put a few more miles on it before the video wraps up, but this is my official count. I might add it's been a very enjoyable 1,300 miles. The BMW 3 Series is definitely one of the 10 best vehicles on the planet. But so far we've only covered most of the good features. Now we need to go to some of the bad and ugly features we promised you as well. So stay tuned. At the beginning of the video we told you there are some bad things about the BMW that are annoying. We'll cover that right now. If you're looking for the dipstick to check your oil, you won't find it. You have to go by the computer on the dash or go to the dealer. BMW doesn't want you changing your oil. This is a dealer-only maintenance car. And number two, good luck finding the battery. It's in there somewhere. There's the post. Yeah, that looks like fun to change. And number three, we already have an accurate computer telling you your actual fuel economy. So what we don't need is this silly miles per gallon gauge that we have in the instrument cluster. It bounces around back and forth, never staying in one place. It's basically useless. Now, BMW did send me a nasty letter many years ago saying, no, it is a precision instrument. Okay, it's a precision, useless instrument. Why can't we get something useful here like a oil pressure gauge? I wish this would go away. But this isn't serious. Neither is the inability to check the oil serious. These are just minor gripes you have to live with the BMW. So let's get away from the minor bad stuff and go straight to the ugly, and we can start with these run flat tires that are standard on all BMWs. The advantage is, if they deflate, you can go 30 to 50 miles to the nearest repair center. Okay, sounds good in theory, especially if you're in a big city. Unfortunately, if you get a flat on a road like this, where the nearest town is over 50 miles away, in this case over 100, that run flat tire just isn't going to make it. In addition, unless there's a BMW dealer at the nearest town, you might have a problem because, as a rule, only BMW dealers stock these tires. And if it's a 3-day holiday weekend where everything is closed, you might be sleeping in your car. This wouldn't be an issue if BMW gave us a spare tire and jack, but sadly they don't. In fact, there's not even a place to put one. Doesn't mean you can't special order a wheel from BMW. Here's the invoice. Emergency wheel, $294. Tire, $150. Mounting and balancing, $20. Car jack, $148. Crank for the wheel wrench, $32. Tax, and I'm sure there's some fees in there just because you want a BMW, came to $645.43. Not cheap, better than walking. The only drawback is BMW dealers usually don't stock these. They're on special order, so you have to pay and wait, because BMW dealers don't want to sell you a spare tire and jack. They want to sell you run flat tires and make more money. Here's the bottom line. Number one, whether you have run flat tires or don't, you need a spare tire and a jack. End of discussion. If you don't, you might find yourself walking or being stranded. Number two, once these run flats run out, replace them with non-run flats. There are two good reasons for this. Number one, these vehicles are designed to have a very comfortable ride from the engineers, but when you put these run flat tires on, they totally destroy the ride. It's like riding on cement. That should be reason enough. These tires, as far as I'm concerned, are garbage. Number two, if I don't convince you, maybe the cost will, because the last time I priced BMW run flats, they wanted $181 a piece versus around $50 to $60 for a conventional high-performance tire. That should convince you right there. That's your money. And by the way, the very first day I got this car to do this video, this tire went flat, and I didn't have my spare tire jack yet, so I had to go buy this air compressor and 3 cans of stop leak. If I'd been on the road without the compressor and stop leak, I would have been screwed. Once again, you need a spare tire and a jack. Don't say I didn't warn you. This is what happens to BMW owners who get a flat on their run flat tire out in the middle of nowhere with no spare tire. Hello, anybody home? I got a flat on my BMW and I don't have a spare. But not here all day. Hello? Oh. Gas, 31 cents a gallon. That doesn't sound right. Well, maybe in this town. Hello, it's day 2. My BMW run flat tires went flat and I don't have a spare. Anybody home? Let's get on the phone and call Bmw Roadside Assistance. Hello, Bmw Roadside Assistance. Yeah, my run flat tire went flat, and I was too stupid to buy a spare tire and a jack, so I've been stuck here for 3 days. Can you come get me? I'm in Skull Valley. Yeah, just go 20 miles to the first rock, 30 miles past the next tree, and what do you mean you can't come out here? What do you mean you don't know where it is? I've been out here for days. Hello? Hello? Alright, this is just a reenactment. It's not real. I don't have a flat. But if you get on a BMW on the road, and you don't have a spare tire and a jack, and you got a flat, this is probably what's going to happen to you. Get a spare tire and a jack. Don't be cheap. Or you might end up being marooned in a place like this for a long, long time. Hey, it's Santa Claus. Wonder where he spends the rest of the year. Now, switching to another subject, if you own a BMW and the warranty is starting to go out, it's time to get rid of it. I'm not picking on BMW here. That applies to any German car like Mercedes-Benz or Audi. Once the warranty is gone, the car needs to be gone. Would you like to spend $100 for the dealer to replace a rear light bulb? $12,000 for a wiring harness on a BMW 7 Series. I know I'm being kind of a smart ass here, so no emails please, but the bottom line is if you're going to keep the BMW or in the standard warranty, get the extended warranty. It's not that much. I think it's $1,100 for 5 years, 75,000 miles, and $2,100 for 6 years, 100,000 miles. You can't beat it. And even if you personally don't use it, you'll get your money back on resale when you get rid of the vehicle and sell it to someone else. And last, it seems that most BMWs I see on the dealership come in black paint. Now, black looks great, and if you live in Alaska where it's cold, or Hawaii where the weather is mild, you'll be okay. But in other climates, the sun beats down on these and you heat up like an oven. And number two, they're almost impossible to keep clean. I just washed this 3 days ago, and it's filthy. Cat prints, water spots. I have to wash this thing almost every day. So with this temperature gun, let me show you the difference between a black BMW and this white car, Camaro. The brand doesn't make any difference, by the way, it's the color. White Camaro, 100.4. Black paint, 135. And this is a very mild day, by the way. If it was 120 degrees outside, I've got readings as high as 185 on the black cars. Here's the bottom line, folks. The BMW 3 Series is one of the best 10 cars in the world. Get rid of the run-flat tires. Don't get the black paint. And get the extended warranty. It's even better. This includes the Beamer video, but if you're into Audis, we have an Audi S4 supercharged video coming up. Just click on that link.